Maserati Pyramid of the Sun.
Well, hello everybody. Anthony Fantana here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and we're going to review an album from a Georgia band, Maserati. Never again will I intro a video in a faux southern accent. Anyway, guys, before I get into this review, I want to mention that something atrocious happened on my last review. Someone named Channel Shannon commented saying that I should review the new Kesha album, and over 40 of you thumbed it up. Why do you hurt me? I say that because I just got back from the doctor's an hour ago, had a physical, and my doctor, Dr. Mangum, said that I am allergic to Kesha, and I am not to, under any circumstances, listen to her music ever. He even gave me this note excusing me from reviewing the new Kesha album. If you're down with instrumental rock, if you're down with post-rock, Maserati is definitely a band you should spend a little bit of time with. Their early work has all of the subtleties, all of the slow builds that I've come to appreciate in this kind of music, but I would be lying if I said I felt it was standout. In 2007, the band really changed up their sound, though, with Inventions for the New Season, which just kind of sopped all the subtleties out of the mix, got rid of the slow builds, screw all that. Let's give the people riffs. Let's give them beats. It was a more accessible direction, but I can't exactly say it was really accessing me. I know this is when the band really started to gain some notoriety, gain some attention, but still, a lot of the riffs on this LP kind of felt a little monotonous to me, very repetitive, kind of like I was running in circles as I was listening to it. But this, my friends, Pyramid of the Sun, is really where the band has begun to impress me. Last year, these guys dropped a split with one of my favorite bands, Zombi, and I really didn't think much of it. However, I could totally see Zombi's worship of synthesizers and effects having a huge impact on what Maserati has done here. Zombi member Steve Moore is actually featured on this album a lot, and he brings some really amazing synth textures to the table and gives Maserati a gargantuan epicness that they just did not have before. To me, that Maserati sound on Inventions combined with that Zombie sound on the album Spirit Animal has kind of resulted in something that sounds like a more rock-oriented version of what Krautrock bands like Tangerine Dream were doing on albums such as Rubicon. In all respects, I think this thing is a huge improvement upon what they did on their 2007 album. The production is better, the guitars are sharp as hell, they wail like a banshee, the bass is warm, the drums snap like a carrot, there's more sound here, more effects, more texture. The repetitive riffs are still here for the most part, but they've been kind of relegated to the background and they are keeping tempo, they're keeping the groove, they're not the main focus like they used to be. Now, what's kind of stealing the show for me are all of the bubbling synthesizers, are all of the effects that the guitars are soaked in. There are some points here where I feel a little underwhelmed. That's really my only gripe, and most of these parts only occur in the first half of this album. I'm thinking moments like the title track, for example, that to me maybe could be a little more subtle, maybe could draw the builds out a little bit more. I like surprises in my instrumental rock. What can I say? That's just me. I'm just that kind of guy. Yeah, I'm feeling a strong 7 to a light 8 on this LP. It's fantastic stuff, but before I close this review out, I have to mention one thing. The man playing drums on this album passed away in the midst of recording this LP. Drummer Jerry Fuchs is no longer with us, and it's very sad to see Maserati lose an extremely pivotal part of their makeup at a point that I think is probably their greatest. However, I am in some way at least kind of pleased to see that some of Jerry's final recordings were a fantastic showcase of his talents, his abilities, and just his sixth sense for rhythms. You will be missed. You guys, if you're a fan of Maserati, or if this is your first taste, let me know what you think of this album. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Why? Do you think this is Maserati's most shining moment? And where do you think the band goes from here musically? Also, throw me some ideas for future reviews as well. Anthony Fantano, also throw me some ideas for future reviews as well. Maserati, Pyramid of the Sun, forever.